welcome back to my channel, The You in Fashion. My name's Megan. On my channel, we discuss fashion, luxury, handbags, and lifestyle. If you're interested in any of those topics, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell down below so you don't miss any of my content. So in today's video, we will be discussing a comparison between the Speedy and the Neverfull. I wanted to do this video because if you're looking to add one of these to your collection, or if you are looking to maybe buy your first Louis Vuitton handbag, I feel like these are still two of the classics. So I wanted to do this video and hope that it's helpful if you're kind of either deciding between these two or if you're just looking for another handbag. So what I noticed is that I was able to watch videos from 5+ years ago about these specific two handbags, and I thought that that was really important to point out because that truly does let you know that they are classics. I mean, we are talking about them now in 2022, 5+ years later from those videos I was watching, and it's still completely relevant. And for me, when I was looking for my very first handbag to add to my collection, that was something really important to me because I was like, I'm spending a lot of money on this very first handbag. I want to make sure that what I choose is something that is going to be relevant for a long time and something that I can wear for a very, very long time and also be fairly functional. And I feel like both of these handbags really fit that criteria. So I was hoping to kind of do a little bit of pros, cons, what I like, what I don't like. So if you're interested, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So first I'm gonna start with the description and the features of each of the bags. So I will start with my Louis Vuitton Speedy, and this is the bandolier, which means it has the strap associated with the handbag, which I feel like is a great thing. It makes it so much more functional. And this of course is in the monogram print, and it does have the top handle. It does have the bandolier strap in this case. It has the zipper right there across the top, and if you open this up, it does have kind of just that open space along with the little D-ring there that you can put your keys on, and it has the little pocket right back there that's about big enough, most people will say, to fit about a chapstick, and I would agree with that. So that is the features of the Louis Vuitton Speedy bandolier, again in the size 25. It also comes in the 30 and 35, so this is the smallest. I am 4'11", so again, I found that this was a great size for me. But if you are taller, significantly taller, I can imagine why maybe you would go with the size 30. The 35, in my opinion, is just a little bit large for like an everyday handbag. So I would say the 25 and the 30 are the best choices to go with when it comes to this. The next one is going to be my Louis Vuitton Neverfull. This one is in the Damier Ebene, and it kind of all sides there. It does have the double strap that kind of goes over your shoulder. It has these straps that help to cinch in the handbag if needed. Mine does have the red interior, and I have my little pouch that came with the handbag there. Just I keep that inside because I don't want to lose it. I do have the red interior, which I do feel like is, if you're going between the red and the pink, I would probably go with the red interior simply because it is a little bit easier, I would say, to keep clean, or at least not to notice so much of things within the color because it is a darker color. So I feel like pink would stick out a little bit more if you were to get anything in the interior. And then it does have also this little pocket here in case you wanted to put something. Now what I will say is that does seem to have a lot more space in this pocket, and you can even kind of tell just by the sizing there. This is the whole pocket. Then of course in my Speedy, the pocket there is much smaller than the pocket in the Neverfull size if you wanted to kind of stick something a little bit more significant in this pocket there. Now what I will also say is that it does have the D-ring right over here, so different location, but still if you wanted to hang keys, this also does have that. And that is pretty much all that I wanted to point out as far as the description and features of each of these handbags. So regarding what fits inside of these handbags, I was kind of watching some videos and even just thinking to myself, I didn't necessarily do a formal what fits inside because there is just literally so much that can go in these handbags. But what I did want to point out was that absolutely this could fit my iPad, this could fit a laptop, and I do oftentimes use it for travel, so it can fit quite a lot of things in here. So again, it is really truly a never full. I mean, anything that you can think of, you should be able to fit inside this. I don't recall if I said the size of this one. I do have the MM. It also comes in the PM, which is the smaller size, and the GM, which is the larger size. I think the MM is a perfect size to go with if this is going to be your first Neverfull, because it's right in the middle. You can still use it for the functionality that it's meant for, meaning if you want to take it for travel, if you want to take it for work, you can still have plenty of room to do that. But I feel like the GM can very easily be overpowering. I mean, especially on someone with a petite frame like mine, but even taller people I find say that the GM is just too large. So you guys let me know if you're a little bit taller and you disagree with the MM being kind of the size for a taller person. But I love the MM size. I would recommend this as the size that you go with. I did have a PM monogram size as well. I did sell that one, and although I was like, well, PM, maybe it'll fit my smaller structure better or my smaller shape and frame better, I did notice I didn't use it for the functionality that I wanted the Neverfull to be for, which was more of a tote bag, more of a I throw whatever I need in here and I can take it traveling, I can take it basically anywhere and not have to think about what I'm putting in or how much I can fit in it, where the PM size I feel like just didn't quite do that for me. So again, the MM size I feel like is definitely the size you want to go with if you're looking to go with the Neverfull. And if we're talking about what fits inside the Speedy here, I would, quite a lot. I do have a video on my mini handbags and what they can fit inside, and I would not compare this to those because you truly can fit so much inside of here. You can definitely fit all of your daily essentials, your phone, your keys, your wallet, and even other things to spare. So please don't have any worries with this 25 size that you won't be able to fit your daily essentials plus a little bit more in this handbag. I do feel like it is important to point out though that the opening, I agree, is it's a little small and a little bit more structured, so you can't open it that wide. So if you're looking to fit something pretty long in there, it's going to be pretty difficult. But like I said, if you're just dropping things down in there that are not particularly long items, they'll fit in there great and perfectly fine. Another thing I wanted to kind of point out about this handbag is that it is just like a big opening there. Same with the Neverfull though, to be honest. So when you're throwing things down in there, just be conscious that the things on the bottom, you really are gonna kind of have to dig in down there and try to pull them back up. So it can be a little difficult if you're looking to have something organized. I would probably get an organizer to go in there so that way you can kind of stick your wallet down in there, your phone down in there, and have a little bit of an organization process if that matters to you. But otherwise, I usually don't carry enough to where it makes it difficult for me to find what I'm looking for inside my handbag. So I kind of just put my wallet, my phone, my keys, maybe some contact solution, and those are perfectly easy for me to pull out and to identify while they're in there. But if you're looking to put a little bit more in this handbag, I definitely would consider an organizer in that case. So let's get into pricing. The Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM, and the interior I just looked on the website is identified as cherry. This is currently retailing for $1,690. And then when it comes down to the Speedy Bandolier 25, this one is also $1,690, so $1,690, which I was a little bit shocked about. I really anticipated the MM to be more expensive than the Bandolier 25 Speedy. So I really feel like that's something you should take into consideration. That's actually a good thing. If you're like, well, it doesn't really matter because they are the exact same price. So now I can truly decide which one I like better instead of one being $500 or $200 more than the other one. I feel like this truly, the fact that they've made them the same price is an amazing thing. That way you don't have to worry about what the pricing is. You can truly say, okay, I want maybe the Louis Vuitton Speedy that I can carry more of an everyday bag, or if I go to work, I can do the Neverfull MM and I can also carry that daily with me for the exact same price for these handbags. I also wanted to take a look at how you close each of these handbags, and that's important because of course there isn't much closure for the Neverfull MM. It truly is just, and let me see, connects just like that to be able to close it. So for the most part, it's still fairly open. What I like to do though is if I'm carrying it, say for instance for travel, I will go ahead and put my things inside and then put either my coat or my sweater, because oftentimes when I'm on the plane, I do want to have a sweater just in case I'm a little bit chilly. And I find that that kind of makes me feel a little bit better that my things are not just going to be exposed to the whole world, as to say, and hopefully with that being over it, it will detour people from trying to stick their hand inside. And if anything, at least with that being over, hopefully by the time they pull that off, I would have noticed that they're in the bag. So that's my philosophy. I don't know if that is actually true, but it makes me feel a little bit better to think that my contents are a little bit covered by something other than that little clasp at the top. Now for the Louis Vuitton Speedy, you don't have to worry about that because it does have those zip closures at the top. So if you kind of were thinking about a pro and a con of these bags, one of the differences I would consider was this one does have a zip closure and that one doesn't fully close. It is fairly open on the top. So I hope that that's kind of something to point out for a pro versus a con on these handbags. As far as choosing the prints, I did choose the Damier Ebene in the Neverfull MM. The PM I mentioned to you earlier, I actually did have in the monogram print, but I found that the Damier Ebene was better for traveling and work because it did have the leather protected straps instead of the vachetta that can patina and then also get water spots as well. So I figured just for being able to pick it up, not worrying if my hands were wet, not worrying if I had too much lotion on my hand, to be able to use it for the function that I wanted to be able to, I did go with the Damier Ebene, and I would recommend that. I find that a lot of videos that I've also watched about this handbag agree that the Neverfull is better if you go with the Damier Ebene because of the wear of the straps particularly. Now with my Louis Vuitton Speedy bag, I did decide to go with the monogram because I really wanted the classic Speedy and the classic Louis Vuitton print, or what I felt like was the classic print, which is the monogram. I do have my Alma BP that I did a video on, a recent unboxing, and that one I did go with the Damier Ebene because I wanted to be able to have that style and also this style, which I use for more everyday pick up and go handbags, in two different prints. So I love that I decided to go with this Speedy monogram print, particularly in this one, because I feel like it gives me two different options to be able to grab and go, and I feel like you just can't go wrong with the classic monogram, especially if this is your very first Louis Vuitton handbag ever. I feel like this is the classic with the vachetta, the Louis Vuitton canvas monogram print. So again, I wouldn't do that over. I would get these exact two handbags in the exact same combination if I had to do it over. So now with all of that being said, which one would I choose? So what I would say comparison wise for these handbags are they are both fairly casual bags, I would say, but if it comes down to one that would transition a little bit easier to day to night, I would go with the Speedy, and particularly the smaller Speedy like the Speedy 25 that I have. As far as functionality, I feel like they are both great for functionality because I have the bandolier, which I absolutely love. it does allow me to do the top handle and the crossbody strap, so that makes it a little bit more functional. But what I will say is the shoulder straps on these, you can throw it over your shoulder, go anywhere, do anything, and it's not a problem. I know that some people do say that because the straps are a little thinner and you can fit a little bit more in here, sometimes it'll get a little bit heavier and maybe even start cutting into your shoulder. I haven't particularly had that problem, mainly because I do typically wear it over something, like I have something typically over my shoulders, and I don't usually stuff it that much. But I could see why that would be a concern if you're someone that carries a lot of things within your handbag. Other pros and cons I would say are that equally, I would say they both fit a lot of things. I would say the Speedy 25, to be a smaller handbag, fits way more than my other handbags that would typically, I feel like, go in this category. I have no concerns over what I want to take for the day fitting into this handbag, but this is on a whole nother level. We know that. I mean, you can literally fit anything in here. You can fit laptops, you can fit iPads, you can fit just so much in here that if you're looking for something that you can carry all that you need and more, it would obviously be the Neverfull MM in that case. But when it comes down to which one would I choose first, I actually purchased the Neverfull MM first because I, at the time, thought that it had more functionality, meaning I could carry it for travel, I could carry it as an everyday handbag, and although I still feel like that's true for a lot of people, I find that this Speedy is the one I reach for more daily because it is just one of those bags that you can grab from the shelf, take out, where this one, I feel like it doesn't transition it as easily for, you know, whatever I'm doing for the day. I feel like I particularly would value this handbag more for work or for travel, and of course you can use it every day, especially if you have children. You have a lot of things that you take, but I find that I just reach for my Speedy a little bit more than I reach for my Neverfull. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about either of these bags, please let me know. I'll be glad to answer them. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much. I just want to put this in here. Like, my channel has grown more than I thought it would. I really just started uploading these videos because I love these things, and I was like, I want to help other people find the you in fashion, and I want to range it from Hermes down to the last video that I did on Abercrombie and Fitch items. So I really wanted to make it versatile. I really wanted everybody to be able to look and to find themselves in some way within my videos. So again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!